Today I'm going to show you the complete 2025 strategy for generating consistent leads and clients with YouTube ads. I'm going to be walking you through everything that I've learned after spending $7.7 million of my own money on YouTube ads. I have been doing this for over a decade, and I want to show you all the best strategies that we're using right now with all of our clients, but also the strategies that help me scale to the number 60 spot on the Inc. 5000 list of the fastest growing companies in America. Now, this is the YouTube ad strategy for how to generate consistent leads and clients with YouTube ads like the one that you see right here on the screen. But we're also going to be covering something called demand gen, because Google has announced that they're shifting to demand gen here in 2025, so you need to know the latest updates. Even if you've learned about YouTube ads before, a lot is shifting with how content works with YouTube ads. We're going to talk about all of that inside of today's complete guide. Now, the in-stream ads are the classic form of YouTube ads you're probably familiar with, ads that appear in front of other videos on YouTube. But there's also in-feed ads. These ads appear in search results or suggested videos alongside other videos you might be watching. They can also appear as people are scrolling through YouTube. Then there's also YouTube short ads. These appear as people are browsing on YouTube Shorts. And now there's Discover and Gmail ads, other ads that can pop up inside of demand gen. But here's the thing. Google is combining all these different types of YouTube ads into one campaign called demand gen here in 2025. And so that's why it's so important to have the up-to-date strategy with YouTube ads, because YouTube ads have evolved and Google has injected AI into YouTube ads, which allows you to target people based on the millions of data points that Google has on every single user. And so you can tap into that to reach the right people, but you need to know how to actually target them the right way. We're going to cover that shortly in the video. Now, Google has injected this AI into YouTube ads, and artificial intelligence unlocks a whole new paradigm for YouTube. And I see this as the biggest opportunity that you have in your business right now. There are 2.49 billion users on YouTube, and you can tap into those people using the power of YouTube ads. So if you've noticed your lead costs rising, well, quality is going down, and you're on that marketing roller coaster, maybe you're on other platforms, well, YouTube ads is a massive opportunity for you. And even though more people have been getting into YouTube ads, in part because of us talking about it for a long time, but even though more people have been getting into YouTube ads, it still is a relatively blue ocean if you know the right strategies and can use it the right way. And that's what we're going to be teaching you today. So let's dive in, and I want to show you how to be on the cutting edge of YouTube ads, how to leverage AI in YouTube ads, and overall learn our Alpha AI YouTube ad strategy that's the secret behind over $300 million in revenue. It's all designed to help your YouTube ads stand out from the crowd and help you achieve your goals. And again, this has generated over $300 million in revenue for our clients with the power of YouTube ads. And I want to walk you through exactly how you can leverage YouTube ads to fill up your sales team's calendar, to stack your calendars, have consistent book calls coming in, get more leads coming in, and the same strategies we've implemented into many big businesses. And my name is Alric Heck. I'm the founder and CEO of Ad Outreach. I've been doing YouTube ads for over a decade and YouTube for over 15 years. In fact, I actually started out on YouTube filming videos for a YouTube channel called AppFind. This is actually a picture of my college dorm room back in the day. And I was creating videos from my college dorm teaching people how to use their iPhone for the first time. On a channel called AppFind, I scaled to over 500,000 subscribers. And I ended up getting millions of views on my videos. I was making videos about complete beginner's guides for the iPhone, and I was really starting to see the power of YouTube and how it can actually influence people to make buying decisions. And from there, I started getting sponsored by a wide variety of mobile apps. I had hundreds of apps sponsor my channel, and one day one of the apps said, how can I get more people to see the video featuring my app? And that's when I had an idea. What about YouTube ads? And this was over a decade ago now. So I took that video, ran YouTube ads, and was able to get them thousands of users for their app. They thought that was so great that they said, hey, drop out of college, fly out here to Silicon Valley, and join our team. But I turned them down. And instead, I created Ad Outreach. And we've scaled a lot since then. Again, landing on the Inc. 5000 list 3 years in a row and scaling our business to over 8 figures. But this isn't about me, this is about you, because I want to show you exactly where to go and exactly where to dig to get that sweet YouTube treasure I know you're looking for. So I want to show you exactly how this works. I'm going to be breaking it down step by step. Now, we're going to dive into the targeting, the alpha AI targeting strategy in just a few minutes. But before we get into that, we have to talk about how to write an irresistible YouTube ad script. Because marketing is all about reaching the right people at the right time with the right message. But you need the right message in order to actually get people to convert. Now, the biggest mistake entrepreneurs and marketers make when creating YouTube ads is providing no real value in the ad. Nobody likes to receive an empty box, and think about all the commercials that you just tune out. It's all the ads with no real value. You want to provide actual value in the ad because people on YouTube are there for one of two reasons. They're either there to be entertained or they're there to learn. And we want to tap into the people that are there to learn, that have the learner's mindset, and create ads that appeal to them. So how does that ad work? Well, it's a value ad. A video ad that provides genuine value and incites action. And there's three main components: hook, educate, call to action. The hook draws in your ideal clients, you provide real value in the ad, and then you have a clear and concise call to action to get them to do whatever that next step is inside of your ad. All right, so let's break this down further. The first part is the hook. This is what captures attention and primes the viewer for the rest of your value ad. Now, you have about 5 seconds before the viewer can click skip ad. So I want you to think about your hook and your ideal client just like this goldfish. You need to capture their attention in the attention span of a goldfish. It's only 6 seconds, right? And so you need to hook them to get them to actually pay attention to your ad. Now, a big mistake a lot of people make is they think the hook is designed to hook people to their product or service or whatever they're selling. But actually, the hook is designed to get people excited to watch your ad. So you just have to hook people for why they should pay attention and why they should actually watch your ad itself. Now, once you've hooked them, the next part is educate. This is where you provide real value, golden nuggets. And this is about 1 to 2 minutes of value inside of the video where you're teaching something, you're giving an aha moment, you're giving an epiphany, you're showing something that's going to actually provide real value to that viewer. And then finally, you have a clear and concise call to action. This is a simple way for the viewer to take action and opt into your funnel. Now, we like doing this as a video training. So this could be a VSL, quick 10 to 20 minute video, but you could also do this as a PDF, a lead magnet, or send people directly to booking a call. Whatever makes the most sense for your particular business, but this is going to allow you to get people to take action. So it's hook, educate, call to action. And typically you want your YouTube ads to be about 2 to 3 minutes long in length. Now, that's for the standard YouTube ads. Of course, YouTube Shorts follows the same format, but you just make it a 30-second version. So you'd break it all down, you do 15-second hook, 30-second educate, 15-second call to action. So now I want to give you a framework that actually helps you script an ad. Just imagine you step into an elevator, and right there next to you, you see your perfect ideal client. You don't know why, you know it's your ideal client, but you just happen to know. And so you decide that you want to capture their attention. What's the first thing that you say? That's your hook. Then from there, once they pay attention to you, what do you actually teach them? Because if you just have a hook and no real substance, then they're not really going to be interested. They need to know that you're the expert. So then you want to provide real value. And then finally have a call to action. It simulates an elevator pitch. I've found when people try to write an ad, they get writer's block. But when you say, hey, what's an elevator pitch? What's the first thing you say to your ideal client, right? What do you say to them in the elevator? Then what can you teach them in 1 to 2 minutes that demonstrates your expertise? And finally, what's your online call to action? You put all three of these together and you can create a YouTube ad script. It's that simple to put it together. Now, a lot of people think you need fancy equipment or skills to film these ads, but in fact, we found that fancy equipment actually takes away from your message because it feels less authentic. You just need to be seen as an authentic authority. You can even use an iPhone and a gimbal to record videos, which are actually pretty good these days. Now, you might be thinking, Alric, this is easy for you to say. You really like being on video. But what if you're not as confident in being on camera? Well, that's a really great question, but honestly, even though I have been on YouTube for a long time, in the past I was behind the camera when I was creating my app find videos. I was just filming my hands and people could hear my voice, but they didn't see me on the screen. So about 7 years ago, when it came time for me to film some of my initial YouTube ads to scale myself, because before that I was just doing it for clients, I was a little bit self-conscious. I was about 50 pounds heavier than I am today. I wasn't really confident in the way that I looked. And I remember filming this ad and I almost didn't publish it. And that's because I was self-conscious with how I appeared and I didn't really like how I looked on camera. But I ended up publishing it anyways. And I'm so glad that I did because this ad was the first ad to make me over $1 million in my business. Because it doesn't matter who you are, what you look like, what you sound like. All that matters is that you're authentic. And that's the key. So that's how to craft an irresistible YouTube ad. You've got the message, but now how do you reach the right person at the right time? Well, that's where targeting comes into play, and that's what we're going to be diving into next. So from here, we want to talk about how to conduct YouTube ad targeting. Let's start with the basics. So some of the basics, of course, you can use location targeting. So you can target specific locations. In this case, maybe it's United States, but you can choose any specific country or region. Now, you can even get granular with your targeting and go to country, state, city, or even a radius around a street address. Then from there, you have device targeting. So what we've found is you can actually target and get a better result by targeting computers, mobile phones, and tablets. Now, TV screens are really growing fast on YouTube, but one of the challenges that people have with targeting on TV screens is you might not get the same amount of conversions. Even though they do have connected TV where they have a QR code, click the remote to send the link to your phone, it doesn't quite get as many conversions, so we typically recommend computers, mobile phones, and tablets to start off with your campaign. Now, once you have that, you also can choose demographics. Now, gender, age, parental status, that's going to depend on who you're looking to target. But one thing to focus on is household income targeting. And this is something where you can actually target people based on what their likely income is. Especially if you're selling something higher ticket, this can be really valuable for you. If you're more e-commerce, you might not need to do this, but when it comes to more high ticket coaching, consulting, services, this is going to be really valuable for you because you can target top income earners, and this will help you reach higher quality leads. So once you have the demographics down, the next step is audience targeting. Now, there are three main audience types: Google pre-made audiences, using your own data for retargeting, and custom audiences. So let's start by breaking down Google pre-made audiences. Again, there's four main types of these: in-market segments, affinity segments, life events, and detailed demographics. Now, these are the audiences that Google has already pre-built for you. We're going to talk in a second about how you can build custom audiences and why that's even better, but stay tuned for that. So if you take a look here, the first one is in-market audience segments. These are people that are in the market for a particular product or service. They could be in the market for houses, or travel, or software, or advertising and marketing services, business consulting. There's a lot of these different in-market audiences that you can target. There's also affinity segments. These are a little bit broader. Now, this isn't going to typically be as good for direct response if you're trying to get more direct conversions, but this is good if you're trying to reach a broader array of people. So these affinity audiences reach people that are interested in specific subjects. So you can see here, travel buffs, people are interested in technology and news and shoppers. So these are going to be more broad audiences. There's also life events where you can target people who have recently created a business, graduated from college, are renovating their home, or moving their job, moving or changing their job. There's all of these different life events that you can do. And finally, there's detailed demographics. You can even target parents of kids of a certain age. We actually had a client who did SAT prep services, and they targeted parents of teens, 13 to 17, and that allowed them to reach the right people who are actually looking to buy those SAT prep services. So you can just start to think about how you can apply these strategies to your own business. Now, these are the pre-built audiences, but you can also leverage your own data as well. So you could target people who are website visitors, app users, YouTube users, and even uploading your own customer lists once you become a verified advertiser. Now, if you have a YouTube channel, you are sitting on a gold mine. Now, you don't need to have an established YouTube channel to see success with YouTube ads. That is a common question a lot of people ask us, is you don't even really need to have any videos on your channel other than your ad. But if you do have an existing YouTube channel, then you have a gold mine because you can retarget all the people that are subscribed to your channel. And you can see here, subscribe to the channel, last 90 days. You can target all those people. Or you can do 540 days and get a longer view of people. You can also target people that have liked any video or watched any video on your channel. And so this gives you the ability to retarget people, because ask yourself this, right? However many subscribers you have on your channel, they probably all haven't bought your service or product or booked a strategy call. And so that gives you an opportunity to target all the subscribers that haven't converted yet and then reach them because you know that they're actually interested. Again, you don't need to have an established YouTube channel to run YouTube ads, but if you do have one, it just helps and works in your favor. So that's leveraging your own data, but now we're going to talk about custom audiences. This is where you can build your own audiences, and this is the key to the Alpha AI targeting strategy, which is the secret behind hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue from YouTube ads. And so let's talk about why this works. You might be familiar with a concept called seeking alpha. Now, this is pretty popular in the stock market, where you want to get alpha results, results that are better than the baseline, better than the average. And you can do this and achieve alpha results by training the AI, combining a human strategy with the AI strategy. And you can do this by actually targeting people based on building what are called custom audiences. This is building your own audiences inside of Google and YouTube, which a lot of people don't even know that you can do. So you can go in here and you can type any keyword, and you can target people with interest and purchase intent. So let's say you have some kind of weight loss coaching, nutrition coaching, or fitness offer, or gym, or exercise equipment, whatever it happens to be. This is an easy example. So let's say you have that. You could target anybody who has these interests: weight loss, losing weight loss programs, fitness coaching, nutrition coach. And you can put in your own keywords here and target people that Google knows, using their millions of data points, is interested in those specific things. Think about how powerful that is. You can target specifically any keyword that you want to put in. Now, this combines the power of YouTube with AI to help reach the right people. Now, we can get even deeper than that, because you can do what's called Google and YouTube search intent. You can target anybody who searched for a specific search term on Google. So let's say you're helping people and you're a financial planner. You could target people who are looking up how to save for retirement, retirement planning, best way to invest money, or how to invest money. And this allows you to target people who have searched any of these things recently on Google, YouTube, even Google Maps, any Google search field. If they've searched these terms recently, your ad will pop up the next time they're on YouTube, which is so powerful. It reaches people that have a lot of intent. Now, Google is the largest search engine, but many people don't know YouTube is actually the second largest search engine. Now, you can also target people who have specific apps installed on their phone, which is also pretty powerful. And you can even target people who are browsing your competitors' websites. Now, a lot of people don't even know this is possible. It is really powerful. You can target people that are actually going to your competitors' sites with what are called a URL affinity audience. This allows you to put the URL of any website directly in here and actually target people that are going to these sites. So let's go back to that fitness example. We could target people that are going to weightwatchers.com, noom.com, jennycraig.com, and actually target people that are going to these sites and similar sites. It's like going and sneaking in and installing your pixel on your competitor's website and targeting them and creating a lookalike. But you're doing it all from the Google Ads dashboard. Now, a lot of people ask me, how is it even possible that you can do this with YouTube ads and Google ads? Well, remember who we're dealing with here. Google has Google Search, which most people go to actually go and then go to different websites. But they also have Google Analytics installed on half of every website. And they have Google Chrome, which is one of the most popular browsers. So they're seeing where people go online, and they're letting you target it if you know how to do it. Now, you don't just have to do this with competitors. You can also use complementary sites. So for us, we know that we work with a lot of people that might have a funnel building software, or are hosting webinars or courses or coaching. What I can do is actually put in the URLs of different software that they might use, like ClickFunnels, Kajabi, Webinar Jam, and I can go in and target people that I know are using those sites, because that means they're likely interested in actually marketing with YouTube ads, and I can reach them with my ads. It's that powerful. Now, this led me to ask myself a question. What if I could create my own AI algorithm to identify and build the best audience segments? Well, that's exactly what I did with my software, keywordsearch.com, that does AI ad targeting for YouTube and Google ads. When people put in basic details about their business, what it's going to do is actually scan and read their entire website. You can actually put in their URL, you can put in the name of the company, put in a quick description. It will look at the entire site, understand what your business is, and actually generate full audiences, interests, Google and YouTube search terms, YouTube channels, and more that you can sync directly to Google Ads in just one click. It's that simple. It actually directly syncs to Google and YouTube ads. But that's one of the things that I created with this software to actually make that targeting even easier. Now, one of the questions you might be asking yourself is, why YouTube ads? Well, here's the thing. YouTube ads targets people that have intent. Think about it, right? When you go YouTube versus Facebook, and that's one of my classic hooks, is YouTube ads beat Facebook ads. But again, ultimately, you do want to have multiple platforms. Even if you're seeing success on Facebook, I highly recommend YouTube ads. And especially if you're not seeing the success you want on Facebook, I definitely recommend YouTube ads. Because here's the thing. YouTube ads allow you to target people with intent. On Facebook and other platforms, and really most platforms, people are just kind of mindlessly scrolling. But on YouTube, people are actually looking to learn. And you can reach people that are in the learner's mindset and have real intent. And so you can reach them at the perfect time. And so that's when you can get in front of them with a YouTube ad and get them to convert, targeting your ideal clients using those custom audiences. Now remember, we are dealing with Google. So they have Google Chrome, one of the most popular browsers. They of course have Google Search, the most searched search engine. They have YouTube, the second largest search engine, also with the largest repository of videos where they can track every video you watch. And there's a reason Gmail is free. I've said this at big events and people are like, whoa, but there's a reason Gmail is free. There's so much data that Google can collect. And they also have Google Analytics, which is installed on 52.6% of all websites online. That means more than half of every website has Google Analytics and is tracking for Google. This means that you can tap into the power of Google and reach the right people at the right time with YouTube ads, with AI. And that is the Alpha AI YouTube ads targeting strategy. And now I want to give you a free gift. If you want our help in actually implementing this strategy, then you can book a call by going to adoutreach.com/apply or by scanning the QR code that's right here on the screen. We're also going to put the links right there at the top of the description as well. When you book a strategy call, we're going to dive in, learn more about your business, what you're looking to do, how your current marketing is working, and then map out a custom game plan and strategy for your YouTube ads. Now, if we both believe it's a good fit, then we can dive in and share how we can support you in implementing YouTube ads and our hands-on process to install YouTube ads and our video marketing system directly into your business. And then that way we can help you actually implement these strategies. But either way, I definitely recommend booking the call just to see what's possible and for us to help you map out a custom game plan and strategy. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe, turn on notifications so you never miss a video, and definitely take action down below because I want to see you see the best results with your YouTube ads. Now, also on the strategy call, we can dive even deeper into the new demand gen strategy, which we talked about earlier on in the video and is the big shift here in 2025. So thank you so much for watching. Click those links and I will see you on the strategy call.